they've abandoned her on the plane.
Unimaginable news for Chickamauga mother Monica Gilliam, who says her 12-year-old daughter Kimber was left alone at the Miami airport.
I'm getting chills right now. It's Miami being a huge hub for human trafficking. Like, the thought of that could have been the last time I saw her. It's too much.
On Saturday, Monica dropped off her daughter at the Chattanooga Airport. She says she spoke with an American Airlines representative who assured her Kimber would make it to Miami safely. But when she landed,
from the time she landed until the time that the manager of American Airlines called and said, she's missing, we've lost your child, we've shut down the terminal.
She says Kimber was lost at the Miami airport for 50 minutes until she eventually reunited with her father. As an unaccompanied minor, American Airlines says that the staff is required to walk the child to the gate to baggage claim and ID the person picking them up.
I don't want any other kids to be scared. I don't want any other kids to be left in a situation that's potentially going to change their lives in a really bad way. And I'm really disappointed about the whole situation.
According to TSA, 2.1 million people were traveling at airports nationwide on Saturday, a time where travel expert Omar Kaiwan says that staffing is low and anxiety is running high.
If you can avoid it right now, please do. If you must do it, and everybody's situation is different, there are some steps that you can take to make sure your child gets there safely. Work with the airline, ask them the tough questions, and be prepared for different alternatives.
Monica says Kimber is not ready to get back on a plane. And as for flying American in the future,
I have no plans of flying with American Airlines again, because what they did is inexcusable, and I have no faith in them at all now because they didn't do their job and they lost my child.
Students in Hamilton County scored above statewide proficiency levels, but the math scores fell to the wayside. And educators we spoke to say the pandemic is playing a part.
So it's very exciting to see the progress.
Christy Carroll Highfield is a mother of 3 and the president of the Hamilton County Council of PTAs.
As far as reading goes, it's a lot of work that teachers have done. They've done some phenomenal work, especially throughout a pandemic, to really help our kids and bring them up well above actually where we were pre-pandemic.
The TCAP test showed a significant increase in scores in Hamilton County, but math scores among 8th graders dropped 10% from last year.
We need to look at why the math scores are falling, but is it a result of the pandemic? You know, parents, we've been out of the schools for a while. We've really got to get back in there and work with our schools again and kind of help them to figure out where our students need some support.
J.C. Bowman with Professional Educators of Tennessee also says the pandemic affected the teaching dynamic.
If you don't have a teacher you can really direct and answer and work with you day in, day out, you're going to lose a piece of that learning. And so there's gaps in that knowledge base.
Bowman says they're advocating for summer school to be brought back because it helped identify knowledge gaps.
And one of the things that you're going to be seeing is we're changing math curriculum statewide.
President of Hamilton County Teacher Association, Jeanette O'Markell, says she isn't surprised that 8th graders' math scores were low.
Middle schoolers have been in the pandemic their entire middle school years. And middle school scores have always been a little bit down in either 7th or 8th grade. So I wasn't surprised.
O'Markell and Highfield say they have faith in teachers.
I just want to reiterate, our teachers have done such a phenomenal job throughout this. I mean, seeing those scores proves what great work they can do. And we have faith in our teachers to continue to do that. And we know that with some hard work that they'll pull our kids back up again.
J.C. Bowman says we should expect to see changes in the math curriculum in the 2023-2024 school year.
Administration is making steps toward completely forgiving or eliminating student debt for people who are eligible. This proposal has been a topic of conversation in the White House well before President Biden's inauguration. Barry Coleman of the National Foundation of Credit Counseling weighs in on what this decision means for qualifying individuals.
There are loan forgiveness programs that apply to those that teach at certain low-income schools. There are loan discharge programs for those that are totally and permanently disabled.
The Biden administration has already approved nearly $26 billion in targeted student loan relief for more than 1 million borrowers.